It's one of the new cars that Rockstar have released so far. You can purchase this car from Legendary Motorsport. It's going to cost you $909,000. Let's get straight into Los Santos Customs and show you what tuning you can do to this thing. So you've got your standard armor upgrades, standard brake upgrades that we're used to. The engine upgrade, you've also got the tuning EMS options, so you can upgrade that all the way to level 4 if you've unlocked that. And you've also got some air filter changes. So this is the engine bay that you can see. I'll just scroll through a few of those so you can see those. I quite like the chrome ones myself. I thought this one and that one looked good. I've actually gone for the swept back ram pipes, so you can see all the individual little pistons there. I thought that was quite cool. And then you've got valve covers. I've gone for the chrome valve covers, so they are the two bits on the side there. The reason I went for chrome is you can't really actually notice the black ones. But if you just want the kind of chrome pistons showing there, then you might want to go for the black, but I just like the look of the chrome. Going down, you've got exhaust. There's only 4 options for changes there. I thought the round bore quad exhaust looked good, the 4 exhaust tips. I personally went for that one. Explosives, that's just as per normal. And then you come down to grills. There's not a lot of options here, and they don't really do an awful lot. The stock one is just the badge, and then you go down, you can put the badge on the front vent, or you can have a carbon horizontal grille. I went again for the chrome, just to keep it kind of chrome all the way around. Then you've got headlights, so you can either go for the stock headlights, which is just the standard 2 bulbs at the front there, or you can go for the crossed racing lights. And then if you really want to have more headlights on it, you can put those 2 down there, and they do actually have the racing cross. But I didn't really see this as a race car for my garage, more of a classic, so I just went with those stock headlights. Then you've got the hood. At the moment I've just kept it on the stock hood. The changes you can make, kind of add these little clips, and you can change the bonnet there to a different look. I personally didn't really like any of those, so I've left it as the stock option. Then you got all the normal horn changes that you can make, the headlights and neon kits. There are quite a few liveries for this car, so if you do want to turn this into a bit of a racer, there's quite a few of those which look cool. As I said, I kind of wanted to keep this as a sports classic, so I've just left it as it is for now. Loss and theft prevention, normal, plate and respray, just all the different changes of colour. There's nothing too different there. And you get down to the suspension, transmission upgrades. There is a trunk upgrade you can do, which I've actually gone for, so that's the stock trunk there, and then you've got some little clips on it, vent, and the vent and clips. I quite like the look of the vent and clips because it adds another element of chrome onto the car. Going down, you can add your turbo, and then you've just got the normal wheel, stock or chrome rims, whatever you want to put on there, and the tinted windows. So that's everything there, guys. Let's move on to reviewing the actual performance of this car. So let's start with speed. So I have had a few hours to play around with this thing. I'm going to show you the speed and let you know how much I rate that out of 5. So let's go and start with the acceleration from stationary. As you can see, guys, it does take a little bit of a while to get going. It's certainly not the fastest car for acceleration. I wasn't too impressed, to be honest. This, bear in mind, guys, is the stock version of the car. I haven't put the upgrades on yet. I just wanted to review the performance before those upgrades. I also am not a fan of the turbos on most cars unless it's a race car, because I kind of like to keep the engine noise there, and the turbo kills that off, so I don't always like putting that on. The max speed of this thing, it's not brilliant, to be honest, and you get there quite quickly, so I should probably get there on this road. Let's just max that out and show you. So round about now we're kind of going at pretty much the max speed of this thing. Let's try again without crashing. So the acceleration's not too bad once you've got it going. It's just from stationary it appears to be extremely slow, which is surprising. Yeah, so the speed there, I mean the top speed's not going to blow you away. It's not the cars we've had so far on the updates, they have been a lot faster than this car, but then it is a sports classic, so you're not expecting it to blow any of those cars away, but it's certainly not the fastest car you can buy. For that reason, I'm going to give speed a 2 out of 5. Yeah, as I said, don't expect this to get you around quicker than some of the other cars that are available. To the performance and handling of the car, you did see a little bit of me driving on the speed test. I crashed a few times, so you can see that either my driving or the car is susceptible to crashing. But I would actually say that the handling and performance, other than the speed, is pretty decent. It grips the road well, you can make turns without sort of skidding off, you can swing side to side, and the wheels will, there's good traction on this thing, the wheels will stick to the road, and it's quite a lot of fun to drive once you get going. Like I said, if you get past the acceleration from stationary and you're moving, it is quite a fun car to drive. I would go ahead and give the handling and performance a 4 out of 5. Considering it's a sports classic, it does handle and track very well. Now let's look at the style of this car. So you're going to have to ignore this scuff on the front. When I was driving here, I managed to scuff the car, which is slightly annoying, but you can still see the style of the car. Looks quite cool with all the doors open. The boot doesn't seem to open on this option. I don't know whether that's because it's clipped down or whether that's just a feature of the car. It looks very cool with that window bay that you can see the engine through. I think that is there's another car like that in my garage, which I'll show you at the end of this video, that I've always loved that look. Yeah, I think the style of this, I'd sort of say it's kind of a cross between an old classic and it almost looks futuristic. I don't know if any of you guys can let me know in the comments what this car might be based on. It looks like it could be from a movie or something, but I'm not actually too sure myself. The style is very nice, so I think all in all for style, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. Hi guys, that brings us on to fun. So this is one of the parts of my review where I just simply review the car based on, is it fun to drive? The car does handle well, like I said. The speed is not amazing, so you're not going to be able to take this thing and whoop someone in a drag race, or you know, go and max this thing out somewhere. So you're going to get to the max speed quite quickly, and it's not going to blow any other cars away. The handling is a lot of fun. It does look really cool. As I said before, it almost looks futuristic like, but is a sports classic at the same time. Certainly a nice car to have in your garage. If you've got a classic garage that you're building up, this would be a fine addition to it. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and give the fun factor a 4. Just bear in mind on that one, the vehicle doesn't have any kind of weaponized usage or any particular usage other than just being a fun car. So if you've got a lot of money on GTA and you're just looking to purchase something new and fun, then this is the one for you. But if you're saving money for businesses and you're conscious of what to buy next, then I wouldn't recommend going and buying this. But I'll get to that in my value for money. Lastly guys, let's look at value for money of this car. So at the start I said this is going to set you back at stock version of $909,000. It's quite pricey for a sports classic. However, we have seen a few that have got to those sort of numbers. I suppose since the game's been out, Rockstar have inflated the price, so we kind of expect that now, and it's not $1 million. There are some cars out there which I've got which are, you know, 2 million and more, so it's actually not that expensive given the inflation. I would say, however, while we're here, this Monroe I think looks very similar and certainly performs very similarly. There's not a lot in the top speeds and the handling aspects of the cars, and this one here, the Monroe, is $450,000. It's around about that. It might be slightly off, but it's certainly in the 400,000. So it's going to cost you half the price. And bear in mind, the upgrades that you're going to want to do to it are going to add another 200,000 or 300,000 once you've fully upgraded this thing. So you're looking more like 1.2 million, whereas that one is going to be around 700,000 to have it fully upgraded. I was just going to show you this one as well. So that's got the engine bay at the back, which is a very similar look. I almost think the red one there and the Monroe are almost this car here, the Ocelot Swinger, is kind of like a hybrid of those two. And I do love these two cars, so I am happy with the purchase. I think it's a nice addition to this garage. But as I said, if you're strapped for cash and you're looking for something new to buy in the update, I would probably wait for these drip feed vehicles that are going to come, or put money into your nightclub and just hold on. So value for money, unfortunately, I'm going to score that a 2. I don't really think, for players who are a bit strapped for cash and you don't know what to spend your money on, I don't think it's a good option. It's more of a luxury vehicle to put in your classic garage. So 2 out of 5 for value for money. Overall, I'm going to put this car as a 3 out of 5. I do enjoy driving this myself. I think it's a nice addition. I don't regret purchasing it, but I also don't want to strongly recommend it, because I know cash is tight with the nightclub update, and I don't want people to go out and buy this car if there's other better things out there, especially as you can get a lot of these sports classics that are in this garage for half the price or a little bit less. So all in all, 3 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope this has either saved you money or convinced you to buy the car. If you liked the video, then please subscribe and turn your notifications on, leave a like, and I will see you again in the next video.